Well, this sucks. But it was inevitable. So Telltale Games has decided to shut down its doors. It laid off 250 of its employees yesterday, some with 30 minutes notice, and they haven't been given severance, and their health benefits will be gone within the week. All I can say is this is an unfortunate event, especially for those hardworking employees who probably put in tons of unpaid overtime. But as for the company itself, this was inevitable. Ever since Telltale Games got that huge reception with the Walking Dead game, they thought that instead of kind of just going on to focus on another big side project as well as The Walking Dead, they decided to take every single finger and put it into every single cookie jar. Now, I'm not saying that the stories weren't bad. If anything, they were really ingenious ideas. Tales from Borderlands was a game that I had no want to play. I gave the first chapter a try and I loved it. I actually found this game funnier than the actual Borderlands games. The writing was so genius. But right there, you're already seeing an issue. A game, a story-based choice game about a heavy couch-based co-op shooter. Do you think the two would meld? I know a bunch of people who are huge Borderlands fans who either never played this game or never heard that Telltale made a version of their own for it. The same thing can be said of Minecraft. Why did they make a Minecraft story game? And then there's other ones like Game of Thrones, which was a huge endeavor, the longest game in their entire portfolio. And yet, probably the idea of trying to transfer the data and choices from your 360 game to your Xbox One game would have been a nightmare. Also, the coding and the bug issues on that were enormous. And then Wolf Among Us. This is probably the worst loss for me. I think that Wolf Among Us was the best story that Telltale ever did. It got me into the comics, it got me into the whole world, and they were actually supposedly working on the second season, and now that's not happening either. This comes literally less than a month after I got to see a lot of the head voice actors from Telltale's Walking Dead games at a panel in PAX. I even got all the cast that were there to sign this panel, this poster that I got from a panel back in 2012. So this loss is huge. I loved playing these games, and then I would like watching my girlfriend play them and seeing our different choices. These games were some of the most replayable games for me, just to see how people's choices varied. And the writing had always been fantastic, except for A New Frontier. That was when I saw that things were starting to go downhill, because the story writing in that was kind of garbage. And then all of a sudden, the final season of The Walking Dead was released. It's like, what? They had over 250 employees. How did they have so many? When it's the most rudimentary kind of game settings. I remember looking at the credits for the first Walking Dead game, and it looked like there was no more than 50 people. When you see just how much that was done, and how much they tried to do in the short span of time since 2012, this company just took too many different avenues. They did too many different stories. They did too many different ideas. Like, good on them for trying, but there's something you need to be able to do all that, and you need someone to have a good eye on that. This is apparently something that the previous CEO, Kevin Berner, had tried to prevent, supposedly. He had founded the company back in 2004 and had been ousted from the company last year by investors and replaced with some dingbag from Zynga. Because, you know, the Facebook fucking games, so it's a great idea for this kind of idea. Apparently now, the whole company is just in an absolute uproar. A lot of people are pissed. This is something that unfortunately happens all the time, that game studios are shut down. I even just found out that Capcom's studios in Vancouver just got shut down, which doesn't surprise me. They made terrible games. Terrible video games. This is an unfortunate loss, especially for those who really enjoyed storytelling games. Telltale kind of had the pinnacle on it. Now, obviously, there's an opening for others. There's Life is Strange, I guess. That's kind of a big one in a similar setting, but that's the end of the Telltale age. I literally almost played every single one of them, the games that they made, except for Minecraft. I've not played Minecraft. Minecraft was stupid. But, again, this is a massive loss for them. But this is kind of just a lesson for other video game companies, is you need to budget your finances. You need to see what is plausible, what is reliable, and what is attainable. And when one project fails in terms of sales, that's probably what happened. A lot of the games had good reception, but they didn't get the numbers. That's when you need to take a step back and think about what you really needed to do. Which is funny because Batman was a big success for them. That was the fastest they had ever produced a second season. They produced it faster than they produced The Walking Dead Season 2s. Anyways, I hope that the third season is completed with whoever's left and they had it mostly done, because I bought it. I haven't tried it yet, but yeah. Anyways, guys, bad news again. Just wanted to talk about it. Oh well. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time.